fast, this thing, man. It's very fast. For what it is, it's fast.
Hungry?
Yeah. Pull over in the middle of nowhere. That's okay. We'll almost have a crash because of you. Thanks, champ. This is a car that's got me really, really excited. I've been looking forward to driving this car for around 6 months ever since it was revealed. I'm intrigued by the four-wheel steering. I'm also intrigued by the fact that this car's got a new 1.8 litre turbocharged engine. There's an element to this that you can feel, you know that you can take this to the track and it would really carve up. It's also really soft compliant, so it does a really good job of being a road car. It's in sport and put it in race mode. We'll turn everything off. It's really responsive in the mid-range, this car. You could be in 6th gear, travelling up a freeway or, you know, through the country roads, and basically just lean on the throttle and it will just start to really accelerate from down low. Four-wheel steering's a first in this segment. You can't really knock Renault for certainly giving it a crack and putting it on the car.
Turning a few heads as we pass through the towns.
That's because it's bright orange. We look like we're driving down the road in a massive Mandarin.
It does look good though, that colour.
It does look good in this colour. I totally agree. It's sort of like, because the Megane's got some muscular wheel arches, it seems to accentuate the bulbousness of the design of this new Megane. I love the lights at the back. Not sure if I did that the right way. Up or down, up or top down, one of those. I don't really spend time driving behind it, so you know.
It looks like a proper sports car.
Why do you buy a Renault? So you buy a Renault probably because you've been buying Renaults your whole life, or you want something a little bit different that's got a bit of flair. These RS models are definitely renowned for being incredible sports cars, offering things to the driver like great feedback in the steering, really great brakes, nimble handling. It's fast, this thing, man. It's very fast. For what it is, it's fast. Produces 205 kilowatts and 390 newton meters. I'm a big fan of the low end and mid-range in this car, and while the top end's still pretty, got plenty to offer, I feel like it doesn't probably, there's just no need to go to the top end. You sort of hit that nice peaky torque part about 5.5 to 6, and then, it's pretty quick out of corners too. Like, give it a bit of a look. Really good traction, look at that. The tiny bit of wheel spin, and that's about it. Strong mid-range pull. It's good, man. It's fast. I really like that four-wheel steering too. You can really feel the car sort of working to pitch you around the corners with ease. I think it's a good thing. I think we'll probably see it on more hatches. Look in the segment, the Type R is definitely faster. I've driven it, it's definitely faster. Then you got the i30N, that does all of it really well. It kind of sits in the middle. It's fast, it's nimble, it steers really well. But these seats, I tell you what, these seats hug my back. And I went up and down through Kangaroo Valley today, and it was brilliant. Renault's obviously gone from a 2-door to a 4-door, but you know, if anything, it's more of a convenience. You know, but people are going to whinge and go, it's a 2-door. I mean, 4 doors is better than 2 doors, no matter what anybody says. You know, style-wise, yes, it probably, you know, you could say that, you know, the coupe hatch idea of the other car, you know, works in ways that makes it special. But in terms of having 4 doors, this car now opens up to a whole other market. Whole other market. I can see young families buying this, you know, using this as their runaround car. You know, why not have the sporty nature of an RS model Renault, you know, and as well as being able to do everything with the family, especially if you put it in comfort mode. The only thing I find about this car though, you know, tipping it in, doesn't really dial up a lot of understeer, and if it does, it's really predictable. You can just dial it out, you know. But the thing I don't like, I think it just gets a little bit squirmish, where I get to that, you know, 90-95% mark. There's something, I don't know what it is. It just, whether it's under brakes and the back seems to feel a little bit greasy, you know. Greasy is probably an overstatement, but, you know, it just, I don't know. There's just something about the sort of playfulness that's right there to 95%, feels absolutely on the money. But then when you really drive it hot, I don't know. The traction on this thing is so good. You pull out of a corner, it's got bumps and undulations in the road, and it just pulls. You know, when you're in a front-wheel drive car and you're kind of going up around the bend, and there might be some potholes on the inside or some undulations on the tarmac. And basically, it throws off the suspension and then causes the front inside wheel to skip. You can get good speed out of the corner in this car because it doesn't seem to bobble around in the bumps, and it seems to be tuned quite well. The front diff and the suspension together provide really great traction. Push out of the corner, heaps of speed, beautiful. I really love the driving position in this car. The steering wheel is nice and thick. It's nice to hold on to. It's not, you know, doesn't feel, if anything, this feels like a steering wheel from probably a bigger model. But it suits this car. It just suits the way it feels. I know this is a sports model, and I know it's got to have all the little trims and stuff that goes with it, but I think that some of this sort of carbony fibre leather and vinyl and stuff is a bit much. I'm not totally convinced on the fake noise plumb through the speakers, but that's the way things are going these days. Let's just be happy it's got a petrol engine for now. I love the styling on this thing. It's really masculine. It's got these big masculine haunches, front and rear. It's nice and wide. It's got this great diffuser at the back. The front looks sporty. It's got the signature. Just ran over a bottle. People who litter, give me the shits. Don't litter. Actually nice to drive a manual car again. When I got in the car, I was like, manual, what do I do with that? So many automatics these days. I actually reckon this car will be pretty fast with the automatic gearbox. But it doesn't come in this Cup chassis model, and it only comes in the base model. It's got a few crackles and pops on overrun, but it's nothing like a Hyundai i30N. And you know, if you've driven an i30N before, and then you drive something like this, and it doesn't have the cracks and popples, that's a great word. Popples. If it doesn't have the popples, then basically, you know, if it doesn't have the popples, you kind of miss that. You miss that noise. You get used to doing sort of cracks, and people at bus stops, you know, getting on the throttle and going, people ducking for cover and stuff.